Hey, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to introduce what we call the Inbox Syndicate. Now, this is pretty awesome. This is not something you're going to find anywhere else because nobody really understands the power of the syndicate. And I understand the power of the syndicate when it comes to social proof, when it comes to engagement, and when it comes to getting you in the inbox. So what do I mean by that? Well, do you remember this? Few videos ago, what did we talk about? We talked about Daddy Gmail. And what was Daddy Gmail looking for? What were they super happy with? They're super happy with opens, they're super happy with clicks, and most importantly, they're super happy with replies. And so when I realized that this is a very rare thing to see, okay? Opens gone down, obviously CTR clicks gone down, replies, not when it comes to an autoresponder or anything like that, right? So you don't have to have a lot of replies. You don't have to have a lot of opens. You don't have to have a lot of clicks to go to the inbox, right? I already mentioned that you're going to want to go through that bonus training on setting up your DNS and everything else. Okay, you'll probably go through it right after this call, right after this training. But in addition to that, right, we need to have opens, clicks, and replies, and especially replies. We don't have to have a lot. So what I did was I took all of our peers, everybody that's sending out newsletters, and we created the Inbox Syndicate group. And so how this happens is everybody works as a group, and they all help with opens, clicks, and replies. And it's kind of like you rub my back, I'll rub your back, or you pat my shoulder, I'll pat your shoulder, right? Whatever that saying is. That's how this works, okay? So I'm going to explain this, and I'm going to show you how to get set up right now, all right? But basically, the way it works is you have a newsletter and I have a newsletter. And so if I'm subscribed to your newsletter as a peer, and we're going to talk about the difference, then when I receive your newsletter, I simply just need to open it up, scroll through, click on some things, and it's great if I can reply to you. And I'm willing to do that, okay? Me as a general peer in our platform, trust me, there's a lot of engagement and it's helping everybody get to the inbox, and we monitor all these things. I'm willing to do that, okay? But if I'm willing to do it for you, then you need to do it for me. When you get my newsletter, I need you to open it. I need you to click some links in there. And by God, I need you to reply. And it could be a simple reply. It could be just, hey, I love your newsletter. Hey, I love this restaurant. Hey, I love what you're doing here. Like whatever. Maybe ask a question. Hey, how did you get the weather to get in there? Hey, how did you do this? How did you do that? Like learn from each other and connect and form relationships with each other. That's why we have this peer network. Okay. Now, once I open this up, I'm going to tell you there's a lot more reasons why we're doing this. It's very, very advantageous. Okay, there's a lot of benefits to it. But for right now, let's talk about the steps involved. Because there's one very important step. All right, so the steps to follow. Number one, I need you to create a unique Gmail address. What does that mean? Totally unique, brand new, create it now, right? Not an existing email address, not one where you get email, not one that you're going to use, not one that you sign up for free stuff for. A brand new Gmail address, and you will use nothing. The only thing you will use it for is this task right here. That's it. You can create it. It's free. I don't care what it is. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay. So that's the first thing, the most important thing. Create a brand new, unique Gmail address. If we were on a call, I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you understand that? And I'd hope to get 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Brand new, unique Gmail address. Number two, you're going to subscribe to your peers. Now, what are peers? Peers are your fellow partners, the local publications that are sending out newsletters each and every week, just like you are. You guys want to get to know each other. You want to become part of the syndicate, okay? And so we have a public directory where you're going to be able to see all the newsletters that are currently sending. If your newsletter is not sending, you won't be involved in the directory. So you need to make sure that your newsletter is sending. And then it will automatically appear in the directory, and then your peers can subscribe to your newsletter. So we're rewarding you for sending out your newsletter. And once again, when your peers subscribe to your newsletter, they're going to open, and they're going to click, and they're going to reply. Okay, that's the idea here. All right, so you're going to subscribe to your peers. It's a very simple thing. You don't even have to enter your email address. We're going to do everything for you. And then simply open, click, and reply. And then make sure that when you do that for somebody, they do it for you too. And we have ways to monitor that. We will actually show how active they have been, how active your peers have been. Now, there's a difference between peers and subscribers, and we're going to talk about that as well, okay? So if you do this, I promise you will go to the inbox. That's it. You'll go to the inbox. Now, here's an example of my dedicated email. I went out there and created Letterman newsletters at gmail.com. So if you see that active, hey, you better turn around and do the same thing for West Valley shout outs, right? Because we're watching. We're always opening up emails, right? We're always opening up newsletters. We're always clicking. In some cases, I send a reply, right? You'll see more of me doing that after I learn what I learned today, okay? Because I want everybody to do that, all right? So I hope you get the idea now. So let's go join the syndicate, all right? So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so once again, I'm over here inside the software on the publication screen. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to publication directory. And you see we're over here inside the publication directory. And if we look over here, you see that there are 410 publications. And if you look over here, I am subscribed to, actually this email address is subscribed to 104, okay? So here's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you have your actual publication selected. All right, so if you have multiple publications, you want to choose the main one that you're trying to build up, which should be your local newsletter, okay? So out of 410, I'm subscribed to 104. And if we start scrolling through here, you'll see that these are your peers, right? So you have the Jordan Journal, right? So I can go ahead and click this envelope, and now I am subscribed out of North Plainfield, New Jersey. The Quincy Weekly Spotlight, I click this and I'm subscribed. The Irvington Pulse, the iTone, Irvington, New Jersey, right? I click this, I'm subscribed. Now, I could just give you the ability to automatically subscribe to all of them, but I don't want to do that. I want you to take a look. I want you to see what people are doing. The SFA newsletter out of, I don't know, somewhere Texas, right? So I'm going to click here and I am subscribed. Watch the number go up. The Bold City Buzz out of Jacksonville, Florida. Click here, I am subscribed. I can also come over here and I can click this little eyeball and it opens up and it tells me when their newsletter sends out, the categories, all this stuff. AZ Florence News Insider out of Florence, Arizona. I click it, I'm subscribed. The Doggone Crypto Digest is a niche weekly newsletter for crypto. Okay, I'm not interested in this one. We're going to make those ones go away. We're only going to focus on the local stuff. The Torrance Buzz Weekly. The Torrance Buzz Weekly is your friendly go-to guide for life in Torrance, California. I click it, I'm subscribed. Man, I don't know what the name of that is, but is your friendly go-to guide for life in Dunlop. Okay, so I click it, I am subscribed. The Dirt Report. I really like the name of this one. I launched this newsletter the other day on a call. Out of Elk Grove, California. Your essential guide for unearthing the best of Elk Grove. I click it, I am subscribed. So I'm subscribed to 113 of them. Hendersonville Pulse out of Tennessee. Your friendly go-to guide. Okay, I click it, I am subscribed. Yes, out of Arizona. Let's see, Tampa Tide Line, good. Tampa, Florida. Let's see, DMV Business and Career Growth. Okay, that's a niche newsletter. The Inside Pass update South Carolina Metro. Okay, I click it, I am subscribed. Right, so go through here and look at your peers. Look what they're doing. The Scottsdale Bite. It's not really a niche newsletter. You'll learn about this. We want people to create dog publications. We want them to create food publications to go with their community. Okay, so I'm going to subscribe to this one. The Panhandle Fork. Friendly go-to guide for life in Panama City, Florida. Let's see, Dog Friendly Detour. Okay, so I'm going to subscribe to that one. New Zealand BizGauze is a friendly go-to guide for Bay of Plenty. Okay, Scottsdale, Arizona. I love this logo. That's great. Let's see, Spearfish this week. Let's see, Spearfish South Dakota. The Albany Insider. Right. So you get the idea. You can go through here and you can look at all these publications and understand as soon as you send out your publication, all right, then it's going to automatically appear over here as well. And all of your peers are going to they're going to go ahead and join. Okay. Now, what's happened is, let me see if I can go ahead and open up this Gmail. Okay, so I am logged into that email, and you can see I'm over here in the primary box, and so we recognize this one right here. This is a dog-friendly detour, right? And see, I'm going to go ahead and show images, all right? And look at here. Thanks for signing up for the dog-friendly detour, your daily go-to life in Burton-on-Trent, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click here to check out the latest issue. And there we go. See, this is awesome. You can see this working, right? So I went ahead and opened, I clicked, and I'm going to say great newsletter, right? Keep it up. Okay. And that's the reason why he has his publication in the syndicate. Now I can turn around and ask anything, right? Doesn't really matter, but look at this one here. Welcome to the Inside Pass, right? Hello and welcome. And see, they don't have the current issue. They should, but not everybody follows our lead. They don't have the logo here. So there's things that they can do that's better, right? So I might say, you might put your current newsletter here. Domain.com/current. Chad. All right. Send. Okay. So I opened, I clicked, I responded. Right? Okay, but here's my point. They're going to the inbox. How about this one right here? Southern Tier. All right. So this is national newsletter that came. Okay, it came to me 13 hours ago. Okay. So these two are ones that we just received. All of these newsletters, right? All of these newsletters are ones that I need to open. They're just from today, okay? Or yesterday. But now let's come over here to promotions. All right, let's see. We got, so AZ Florence, right? So they're in promotions. So we're going to help them with that. And we can see that we got object. Hi, thanks for subscribing, right? So they need to watch the training that I did, right? There is an error in your follow-up email, Chad. Okay, so I opened, I couldn't click. I don't know, but it takes you here. I don't know what they've done there, but that's okay. West Valley Shoutouts. There's our newsletter. Cool. Let's see. This is sponsored stuff. I'm certainly not mature single, so their targeting's off. These is newsletter. Yeah, these are newsletters going out. Okay. But let's look at social. Probably nothing under social. How about updates? Okay, now we got a lot of updates, right? So these are all 14 hours ago. Yeah, these are all newsletters that I've received. That's how active our stuff is, guys. Okay, but let me come over here to spam. Okay, spearfish this week. Look, this is the most important thing. Okay, so we got this 5 minutes ago. This is not spam. All right, here's another one. This is not spam. Albany Insider. This is not spam. This is not spam. 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 Yeah, I have not done this in a while. Not spam. Not spam. I'm going to make sure all of these, and this is what you want to do. When you see your peers ending up in the spam box, make sure you click not spam. It's really, really important. Look safe, not spam, right? Turn on images, like help them out. Get them out of the spam box. And if everybody does this, nobody will go to the spam box, okay? But my challenge is getting everybody to do it. All right. So now we got all these that are not spam, okay? So all of these are red. Obviously, I didn't get to click on everything, but Let's see if there's anything else. Those are updates. I don't quite know what the update tab means, actually. Personal auto-generated updates, including confirmations. I don't know what that is. Okay, social, nothing there. Promotions. Yeah, so for promotions, Marcus, let's see. For promotions, I can move it. Marcus on red. Move to social update spam. I don't want to move it. I want to move it to the inbox. I do want to move it to the inbox, but at least open and click these things. Respond. Anyways, open, click, reply. But by all means, I should have had that in the slides. Make sure you go into spam. Mark everything as not spam. Absolutely do that. Mark everything as not spam. Okay? That's really, really important. All right? I'm trying to think. Oh, yeah, there's something else I want to show you. So if I come back over here, now I think you understand this. Now I think you understand that, you know, we should have had more follow-up emails than that, right? So they could come. I'm sure, I know for a fact they will come. A lot of them hit the spam box though, right? And when you have, look, you're going to end up in spam too. When you have a brand new domain and you just start out, you end up in spam until our syndicate kicks in and gets you in the inbox. And once you start mailing your newsletter and everything else, people start clicking, and you know your DNS takes a little while. Like it's okay. Everybody ends up here to start with, all right? But we'll get you out of it, all right? Just follow our steps here. You will get out of it. But this is what I want to show you. So if I come to my subscribers, I come to my publication, notice that this specific one here, there are 4,166 subscribers. 98% of them are real subscribers. So we don't want you subscribing on somebody's registration form, on their sign up form, because you're not actually in their backyard. You are a peer, okay? So that's the thing. We're separating subscribers from peers. So 98% subscribers, 1.81% peers. So if I click on peers, I can see everybody that is a peer that is subscribed to my newsletter. And I can clearly see that this person was active with my newsletter 5 hours ago, 10 days ago. This person right here, the Medicine Ball Authority, I'm going to make note of that because they haven't opened in 26 days, 6 days, 3 hours. They haven't opened in 11 days, okay? But I don't know who that is because they didn't set a publication, right? So we can't really help them. 10 hours, but you can kind of go through and get an idea for what's happening, okay? And so what you want to do, it doesn't surprise me that we don't have a lot of activity here, guys. We don't participate like we want you guys to. But we're definitely gonna kick in on that. What you want to do is be opening everybody's newsletters so that they do the same thing, and you see all these green, and you start reaching out to people and you start saying, hey, thank you, Mike, thank you, Fave, thank you, right? And you can look up at the top here. If we look at the peers, 12% are active openers, 9% are clicking, 18% are inactive. Now, inactive means they used to be green, but now they're red. So we can get them back. We can get 14 back. 8 means they were never green. They just went right to red. 3 are undeliverable. And then 50% are dead, which means they were green, then they went to red, and then they went from red to black. They just gave up. And part of the reason why they gave up is because we're not opening their stuff. So how do I solve that? I solve that by doing exactly like I just did. I go through and I open every single one of these. If I click those links, great. If I reply, even better, so that when people go to their dashboard, when you go to your dashboard and you look at your peers, be aware of who is opening, who is clicking, and return the favor. And this is how you guys will have the very best delivery. Pretty awesome, right? That is the Inbox Syndicate. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take advantage of it. And I hope you help out your fellow peers. See you in the next video.